One of the president's backers in Congress, California's Maxine Waters, is facing an ethics trial this fall. Chief Washington correspondent Jim Angle reports we learned more specifics about her case today.
Maxine Waters is accused of intervening to seek help for a bank on whose board her husband served and in which her family had a financial interest. One ethics group say the facts leave no doubt about what happened.
House rules clearly prohibit members of Congress from getting involved in matters in which they have a financial interest.
The committee report says she intervened in 2008 on behalf of One United Bank, whose finances were hurt when the government took over mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Ms. Waters' husband not only served on the board, the family also owned $350,000 in bank stock. So Ms. Waters clearly had a personal stake in the outcome.
She knew at the time that this was a conflict of interest.
In September 2008, the charges say Ms. Waters went so far as to call Treasury Secretary Hank Paulson personally to ask for a meeting between the bank and Treasury officials. There is no indication he knew of her personal connections to the bank. The bank officials boldly asked for $50 million. They were eventually given $12, and the Ethics Committee account says that if One United had not received this funding, her husband's financial interest in One United would have been worthless. Thus, the preservation of the value of the investment personally benefited Waters. Ms. Waters has denied any wrongdoing and says she will fight the charges, but when a Republican ran into ethics charges some time ago, she laid out principles that may come back to haunt her.
No one should be so big, so important, so powerful they can violate the rules of this House.
It may be harder for her to present her actions as an innocent mistake since she got repeated warnings from Democrat Barney Frank, who was chair of the Financial Services Committee on which she served.
And she recognized in speaking with him that it would look bad, that there was a conflict because of her husband's interest in the bank. Congressman
Frank did not know her family owned stock in the bank, but still thought it was inappropriate. He did know her husband was on the board and told investigators he warned Waters to, quote, stay out of it. He also later confided to the Boston Globe that he told her she shouldn't be involved. But her office, especially her chief of staff, who is also her grandson, continued to push the matter. Adding to the smell of impropriety is the fact that the CEO and president of the bank were also contributors to Ms. Waters' election campaigns and did fundraisers on her behalf. Bret?
Jim, her grandson is her chief of staff? Is that legal?
Well, Congress prohibits people from hiring in-laws and blood relatives of all sorts, but apparently no one ever thought that grandkids on the staff was likely enough to actually prohibit it, so it is not prohibited.
Okay. Jim, thank you.